For decades, we've thought of missile defense shields as this ultimate security blanket. But what happens when that blanket starts to tear? We're about to dive into a whole new reality of missile warfare, where a new generation of Iranian weapons could make the world's best defenses totally obsolete.
Take a look at this number, 65%. That is the current interception rate for Israel's missile defense shield, a system that was once considered legendary. It's a catastrophic drop in effectiveness, and it is happening right now. The era of near-perfect protection? Well, it might be over.
And listen, this isn't just speculation. This is a direct warning from the inside. A senior Israeli intelligence official has said it in no uncertain terms. The system is already overwhelmed. The shield that was supposed to be impenetrable is now at its breaking point.
What's really shocking here is just how fast this is all falling apart. Just a day ago, the system was catching 90% of incoming threats. Today, it's down to 65%, and the crisis is just getting worse. At this rate, Israel has only about 10 to 12 days of its most advanced interceptors left. The clock is ticking loud.
So, the critical question is, why is this happening? It's not that the defense system suddenly got worse, it's that the offense took a massive leap forward. Iran's new weapons are completely rewriting the rules of engagement and shifting the entire balance of power.
The problem is coming from all angles. Iranian missiles are now just plain faster. Their warheads can actually maneuver in flight to dodge interceptors. They use advanced guidance to hit their targets with terrifying precision. Some even carry multiple warheads just to overwhelm the system. And to top it all off, warning time has been slashed from 10 minutes down to just 6.
Okay, let's break down the first major threat, the Khaybar-Shehkin. The name itself means fortress buster, and it was designed with one single purpose in mind: to break right through fortified defenses.
The secret to its speed is all in the propellant. See, solid fuel is kind of like a pre-packaged firecracker. The fuel is already mixed inside the missile, totally stable and ready to go. And this one simple fact changes everything. You know, unlike older liquid fuel missiles that take hours to get ready on some big fixed launch pad, a solid fuel missile can be fired from a mobile truck in minutes. There's almost no warning, no time to target the launch site. By the time you even detect it, it's already on its way. So what does this actually mean? It means that with a range of 1,450 kilometers, the Khaybar-Shehkin can easily strike anywhere in Israel from Iran. It carries a heavy, half-ton warhead, and its evasive maneuvers in that final phase are designed specifically to defeat systems like the Aero defense shield.
But speed and agility are only part of the threat. Iran has also developed a system that's designed for pure brute force, the Khorramshahr-4.
1,500 kilograms. Let that number sink in. That is the weight of this missile's warhead. To put that in perspective, that is double the payload of many of its Western counterparts. This is a weapon designed not just to hit a target, but to completely annihilate it.
And with a range of 2,000 kilometers, its list of potential targets reads like a who's who of strategic assets in the Middle East. Not just Israel, but the U.S. Fifth Fleet headquarters in Bahrain and the massive Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. This is a direct threat to American forces.
All right, now let's talk about precision. Modern defenses rely heavily on electronic warfare. You know, jamming a missile's GPS signal. But what happens if a missile doesn't need GPS? Well, say hello to the Qassam Basir.
Now this is where it gets really clever. As the Qassam Basir screams toward its target at Mach 11, an onboard thermal camera just switches on. It's not listening for a signal, it's looking for the target's heat signature. It visually identifies it and homes in, which makes all that radio and GPS jamming completely useless. So far, we've seen missiles that are fast, powerful, and smart. But the ultimate goal, the real prize, has always been a weapon that is truly unstoppable. And this brings us to the climax of Iran's arsenal, the Fatah hypersonic series. This poses a fundamental challenge. All missile defense is based on one thing: predicting the future, calculating a missile's flight path and sending an interceptor to meet it. But what if you simply can't predict its path? That is the whole idea behind a hypersonic glide vehicle like the Fatah 2. Instead of a simple arc, it enters the atmosphere and just skips along the edge of space, making these radical, unpredictable maneuvers. Its flight path is a chaotic zigzag, making it impossible for defense systems to calculate. The first version, Fatah 1, is what they call a maneuverable reentry vehicle, or MARV, which means it can dodge interceptors in its final moments. But the Fatah 2 is a true hypersonic glide vehicle, an HGV. It maneuvers throughout its atmospheric flight at over 15 times the speed of sound. This isn't just an evolution, it's a revolution.
And that brings us to the final, brutal logic of this new arms race: economics. A single Israeli Aero interceptor costs $3 million.
To guarantee a kill against one of these new maneuvering hypersonic threats, you might need to fire up to 10 of them. Iran can build thousands of its missiles for a fraction of that cost. You can literally go broke trying to defend yourself.
Ultimately, we're left with a deeply unsettling reality. For the first time, offensive technology may have definitively outpaced defensive technology. And it forces us to ask a tough question. In a world of unstoppable weapons, what does security even mean anymore?